what it was. Yeah, I know who it is. And you tuned in with Priceless Knowledge itself. And I figured I'd bring y'all even more cosmic insight this afternoon. And we're going to keep up with this Mercury series. And in doing so, we're going to stay up in the air and close this part of the series out. So this right here, this is a little something about those people that have Mercury and Libra in their natal chart. And before I can even get to that part, man, you already know what I got to do first, y'all. I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about Mercury in astrology and also give y'all a quick breakdown about the sign of Libra in astrology. So with that in mind, we ain't got nothing else to do but get on the grind. Here we go. What is Mercury? Mercury is the closest celestial body in relation to the sun in the whole entire solar system. As a matter of fact, it's never more than 28 degrees away from the sun, and it only takes 88 days to go through its whole entire orbit. It's named after the winged messenger of the gods, which in Greek mythology is named Hermes. In Roman mythology is Mercury. It comes into our chart and commands us to speak. That's because it rules over communication, intellect, logic, reasoning, cognitive awareness. It's about your mind and the way it works. It's all about how we create and express our thought processes. When somebody refers to something as having a mercurial nature, as I've told you a million times, what comes to mind for me is like restlessness and motion and friction. That's because Mercury moves quickly and things happen fast here. So it's all about quick wit, quick thinking, possibilities, opinions, reasoning, and kind of the ability to rationalize shit. Mercurial energy is neither good or bad, positive or negative. It's kind of going to just bring energy wherever it is. This planet pretty much promises us to move on from thing to thing and learn as much as we can as quickly as possible on both the physical and the psychological level. It rules the third and the sixth house of the zodiac chart, as well as the signs of Virgo and Gemini. It's all about short trips, siblings, transportation in general, routines, talking, writing, books, online communication, learning, and it also has a lot to do with our mental as well as our physical health. It's neither masculine or feminine, and it kind of just assumes the gender of the sign that it's in. And, when we're talking about Mercury in our natal chart, it's all about how you think and how you process things on a cognitive level. It's about how your mind works and also about your communication style. So, what is the sign of Libra? Libra is the seventh sign of the zodiac. It rules the seventh house. Its symbol is the scales and is ruled by the planet Venus. It rules over the lower back and the kidneys, and its mantra for me is, I relate. This right here is cardinal air, y'all. And it's at this point where things kind of shift in the zodiac chart. Whereas the first 6 signs of the wheel focus on the individual self, these last 6 put more focus on the individual's interaction with others and the outside world in general. So the Libra signs focus first and foremost is on others and how we relate to them. It's the sign of partnerships because Libra doesn't like to be alone. With Libra, everything is kind of done better in a pair. And this energy is kind of really good like that because it seeks balance wherever it is. It's all about harmony and fair play. And Libra energy is a real team player, and it really wants to find that one energy that evens it out. Libra is all about love, beauty, the aesthetics, and money too. And I think that the main thing you got to deal with Libra energy is indecisiveness to everybody else. That's what they say anyway. But it's not really indecisiveness as much as it is seeing things objectively, which can cause them to take a long time in making decisions. So what happens when you're born with Mercury in Libra in your natal chart? The first thing I feel about these particular individuals is that they are extremely objective thinkers and even more eloquent speakers. They really do have a beautiful mind. When Mercury comes into the cardinal air of Venus, you get this active thinker who dazzles people with their exquisite wordplay and extensive vocabulary, y'all. These people love to string together words with 7 syllables like it ain't shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. These people are always able to see both sides of the coin, which can sometimes cause them to take forever in making decisions, though. Cardinality denotes action, so sometimes they are actively indecisive. And Mercury and Libra natives, they reserve the right to change their mind with every piece of new information that comes in. They might make a temporary discernment, but that doesn't mean that their mind is made up. As new information comes in, they're still thinking objectively, y'all. So don't ever think that you got them pinned down, because at some point in time, they reserve the right to change their mind. And these motherfuckers are amazingly innovative thinkers because of this same carnality, man. Libra is the most sociable of all the signs, and with Mercury here, these guys pretty much are always willing to engage in conversation, especially one-on-one conversation. Being the scales, there isn't much more that they enjoy than a good verbal debate either. To the point that these particular individuals can sometimes be argumentative as a motherfucker. They seek out intelligent partners of conversation, which is always interesting because you'll never catch these people choosing a side emotionally. They're always analyzing all points of view before they make decisions, and they always, see things and find the answers to things, on a cognitive level. You feel me? These aspects, they make these motherfuckers make sensational attorneys, judges, politicians, and public hosts. They really know how to work a room. They're the type of people that if they host a party or you host a party and you let them loose as the MC, everybody's gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? They know how to work people, especially one-on-one conversations. They are extremely engaging more than anything else. They can be incredibly sophisticated thinkers, and they have this eloquent verbal acumen that they display on a daily basis. And they're usually some of the most charming people verbally that you'll ever meet. And although they love to conversate and their vocabulary is like the epitome of marvelous, their listening skills is really what sets them apart. Being able to be active listeners, it is what is essential in them being able to see things objectively. So these people know the value in shutting the fuck up sometimes, even though they do love to conversate. The part of the conversation that they do best is actively listening so that they can view whatever you're saying objectively and then come back to you with something insightful or something helpful. On top of that, these natives are notorious procrastinators. They often put important decisions off or tasks off for way too long because they really don't know what the fuck to do. They're still deciding how to come at it. Yeah, I know earlier I tried to take up for y'all and say y'all weren't that indecisive and it's about seeing things objectively. But there's a difference in seeing things objectively and taking forever to make a motherfucking decision, man. You know what I'm saying? They also kind of tend to be non-confrontational to a fault, finding themselves often wondering why they're the ones always willing to compromise in a situation. And while at times this can seem tactful, in the long run, this lack of mental aggression can bite these motherfuckers in the ass if they allow these frustrations to pile up, leading to some horrendous mental stress that they really have put on themselves, by always giving in and being always willing to allow another motherfucker to dictate what the fuck is going on. You feel me? That's something y'all definitely got to work on, man. And on top of that, being as charming, non-confrontational, and gifted that they are in the way of dazzling people with their wordplay, Mercury and Libra people, they really need to work on their tendency to constantly sugarcoat shit. Nobody's always going to like what the fuck you have to say. And look, all this compromising you're doing, look what it's doing to you. So sometimes you're just going to have to speak your mind and get it off your chest, man. And you'll thank yourself in the end once you have. You have to say it how you feel it sometimes. You ain't got to pretty it up so it don't cause an issue. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And also, man, sometimes y'all talk too much about superficial shit that don't mean shit. You got to take it past surface level sometime, Mercury and Libra. Okay? And lastly, when we're in the motherfucking drive-thru, ain't nobody got 45 minutes for you to objectively decide between Taco Bell and Long John Silver's, cuz. Like, get off the gas. Let your nuts hang and try to work on being a lot more assertive in your decision making, cuz you really getting on everybody else's motherfucking nerves with that bullshit. Hey, man. You've got some priceless knowledge yourself. Understand. No matter where the fuck you got Mercury at, no matter where the fuck you got Venus at, no matter where you got the moon at, Mars, the sun, the negative traits that come along with it, you can leave them alone. You ain't got to entertain them, man. The energy's just there. You don't have to use it. Just because you built like that, don't mean you have to build like that. Hey, if you're fooling with me, please like, share, and subscribe. I need y'all to like, help me help y'all. Hey, go join my Facebook group, Priceless Knowledge Yourselves. If you're interested in the astrological readings in either Western, Vedic, or even numerology readings, please feel free to either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Sorry, man, I appreciate all the love and support. I love all y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, man. And you better keep it motherfucking trill, because I am.